NASA presidential candidate Raila Odinga is also expected to take part in tonight's debate alongside President Uhuru Kenyatta. He spoke to our Duncan Haimba this morning on whether or not he will show up for the debate. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Joshua will show up if there's an opponent. But if there's no opponent, then there's no point for Joshua to show up.
But why? He still needs to talk to the nation.
Because Joshua will not go and debate on himself alone. But at least those teams are discussing. If the other side say they are going to come, then we will make up our minds.
But why can't Joshua address the nation on his own?
Joshua is always addressing the nation. He doesn't have to go on a show to go and address the nation. Okay? Yeah. So in the course of the day, we'll know if we will have a debate or not.
Right, in studio now, joining me to talk about that is Joshua Kiptoo, who is a lawyer and political analyst. Joshua, thank you very much for coming in. On whose interests is it that President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga show up for the debate tonight?
It is the public interest, because at this point we are in the decision time. And if you were to go by the opinion polls, you have a very small, tiny minority that is undecided. Importantly, it also reinforces and gives the reason for their even supporters to show up and vote, to give them that hope and to give them the reason to come vote. So it is in the public interest. It's a culture that I think we are trying to establish. Yeah. It started in 2012, it was successful, it turned opinion, it made people now understand and have expectation. So if we can't get a platform where the two of them are comparable, because what we've been having is individual rallies. You see Jubilee rally, NASA rally. We don't get a chance where there's a face-off between the two. And you know, when you have the two, it gives you that ability to see whose ideas seem practical, who seems genuine. And for the optics and for the genuine voter out there, it is extremely important.
What are the chances that if they showed up for a debate, it will tilt their numbers either way?
There are every chance, because let's look at the numbers. One, this is a cliff-hanging election. Whoever will get 50 plus 1. For you to get 50 plus 1, if I can use the previous election, the president got 50 plus 1 by 8,000 votes. 8,000 is a number that's such a... when you have, for example, 5% of the total number of registered voters being somehow said to be undecided, in fact, it tells you that it is make or break for either of the two. So I think it is extremely important for either of the two to show up. And this election, unlike 2013, we have a voter who is a bit reluctant, who can say they are extremely diehard for either. You have quite a number who are lukewarm, because they keep saying, what is the difference between the two? When I see opposition, I see the government, they're the same. Now, that is the crowd you're looking for. How then do you help them make the decision? So it is an important step. And look at the time remaining, 15 days, 14 days, 2 weeks. We don't have any other chance where the two can be paired up. So it's extremely important.
There has been talk that because Raila Odinga has been asked whether he'll show up, he says, I will only show up if Uhuru Kenyatta shows up, because I cannot debate on my own. In the event that the president does not show up, would this be a good chance to take advantage of that platform and just go it alone?
I would think an opposition which is out there looking to clinch victory, you know, they are starting from a defensive position. The government is already sitting. The government is about retaining. So it's in fact, it's a big opportunity for the opposition to showcase. If you remember the comments for the vice or for the deputy presidential debate, the issue was who was the biggest loser. And the opposition went away seen to be the biggest loser because it's a platform they need. And if you can see, the government has been hitting them hard on the sense that give us an idea, give us the alternatives you offer. Now, this is the platform. Again, that is free airtime. If he shows up and he is alone in that platform, it is a chance to address the nation. You can't get a consistent, bigger crowd at the same time between now and election time. So whoever shows up may take it away, but I still feel it would be more productive if the two of them sit, or if the two of them can show up for the debate. If one comes, if in this case the opposition shows up, it gives them free airtime. Remember the other time they were complaining about their manifesto launch, that the media kind of gave them a blackout. Now this is the time. So why again refuse such an opportunity? So I think it will be a plus for them if he shows up alone, but more importantly to the voter, it will be super good manhood if the two of them face off. That is what we would be asking for.
Finally, even during the running mates debate, some of the arguments that came out was that we have very few days to the election. At this point in time, it's just a fortnight.
Yes, yeah.
And all these candidates are trying to cover as much ground as they can in the various areas on the grassroots levels. And that seems to be more important to them than this particular debate.
When you go for the rallies, when you go out there combing out for the votes, you're just going to meet the people. You're looking for the audience. Can you compare that with almost 5, 6, or 10 million audience at once? You can't get that. In fact, the debate, the 2-hour prime where it is showcased across the channels, both radio and TV, you can't in any way replicate it in any rally. In fact, if you look at their schedule, they are scheduling, both parties are scheduling the last day or the last 2 days where they'll do their major rallies in Nyayo and Uhuru Park. And in that case, they always depend upon the media to do split screen. Now, this is the best chance. You have both the rural and the urban, and it is prime time. It is 8 p.m. Everyone is at home. And then this thing has been advertised for a week or two. In 2013, the viewership was major. Now, if again today they get this opportunity, if you ask me, I think this is the best platform at this stage to make your final pitch. That is why I think both candidates really need it.
They need to be there. Yeah. Joshua Kiptoo, thank you very much. We'll see how that goes in the evening. Then tomorrow we can have that conversation once again from how it will go down. Joshua Kiptoo is a lawyer and political analyst. And of course, the presidential debate, for now, it is a matter of wait and see. Let's take a short break. Don't